Hello. Good morning, y'all. It's High Priestess Jamila. How y'all doing? Hello. All right. I wanted to come and talk about some very important things. And boy, I got to tell you, these wannabe psychic vampires are something else. And I used to think that their smear campaigns was just about making someone look bad or stealing somebody's trying to steal viewers or whatever, or trying to steal clients or whatever. But in reality, the connection that I have with clients, which have been many clients, spiritual clients, I am not a sex worker, okay, at all. Yeah, I like that song too. um Talking about spiritual clients. Okay, hold on, let me take these headphones out. Testing, testing. Okay. All right. So technically, a psychic vampire, if they are good at psychic vampirism, they are able to feed without having to lie. So, what you guys have been witnessing is bottom of the barrel psychic vampires. And they have to speak a lot of lies as a part of their thing. Um, we're not understanding why they continue to try it, because it doesn't actually work for them. What it does is it brings together as many people within their collective consciousness. And unfortunately, instead of being able to feed off of me, my children, my grandchildren, my whole entire family, my lover, whoever is attached to me at a sexual or level like that, uh, whole family, anybody, the cat. If I had a cat, if I had a dog, they're talking about it. They're saying something. Um, they don't actually do that, but what they do is they bring together this collective consciousness that actually ends up feeding off of the people that are witnessing and believing in what they're saying. It's really weird. And uh, it always has to involve sex or something. It's very bizarre. All of these people have lost all of their credibility and merit, all of them that are involved. As I've stated before, the feeding campaigns is either about trying to heal themselves of their afflictions. Um, well, of course, they're trying to scapegoat, right, and deflect their iniquities, right? But then also it's about sabotage. Um, and really, what they're doing is sabotaging the people that are listening and believing in them, because it's not my job. It's not my loved one's job. It's not my family's job and my clients. Okay. That's what I want to say. My clients are absolutely protected from that type of feeding, and they know it. They know it, but what they're waiting for is a breakthrough. Okay. So this is, if lying and claiming that I raped somebody and that I'm a pedophile and that I drugged and trafficked somebody, which everybody that knows me knows I would never do something like that. If that didn't work, I don't understand why they think anything else would work. But, just 100% of what this particular group says is a lie. 100% of it. Aside from, yes, I did have an eviction in Georgia. They came to record it because they wanted to use it because they thought that for some reason, if they have this footage or the things that they do coming by recording, that this is going to break down my defenses, and it never will. First of all, I'm a Cancer. So cancers, especially with me, I'm not just a Cancer. I am a healer, and I've gotten very wise on my gifts to protect people. Okay? So nothing that these people ever do is going to ever work, right? To harm, because what they want to do is they want energy. Hey, Stefan, they want energy. They feel is though if they do this, that it is going to extend their life, somehow heal them of their afflictions. Okay, which for me, I heal who I want to heal. Okay, I don't have to. It's not my job to just go around healing everybody. Okay, it's not. It's if I want to heal a client, if I want to heal a family member, of course, that's what I'll do, or someone that I care about. I am not forced to provide these people with my healing energy at all. Okay. So, that's a part of it. A lot of things was said. A lot of things have been said, things that are totally not the truth, but they'll say it out of desperation. I have never in my life ever came on to my daughter's boyfriends. I'm not that type of woman. I would never do some crap like that. Never. And it's just things that they've made up. In fact, the person that is advocating this, the person that was saying this, accused me of that for literally no reason. Like when I was dealing with this person, accusations would literally come out of the blue that had no merit, literally no reason. It would be different if I were being auspicious in some kind of way, or suspicious, but none of that has ever happened, right? It's been nothing like that. No reason for that person to say it. So it's done on purpose. But what people have to understand is that psychic vampires and parasites, they feed off of people on a very powerful subconscious level, right? So everything is coming from their subconscious. Okay. And it's more than one person. It's many. And I've warned people about that. I've warned people about that. You are never going to heal yourself doing that. Ever. I was just able to do healing on someone that I'm close to the past couple of days. Did some very powerful healing. I'm not going to get into detail, but did some very powerful healing on that person. And I'm sure that I know 100% that it worked. Healing is not just about energy. Healing is about intention. Healing, you have to be focused, right? So you just psychically vampiring off of somebody or trying to be a parasite, that's not going to do it. This is the reason why these people get sicker and sicker. I'm talking about, if you are a person that has an affliction in your relationship, and what is in your psyche is that affliction is going to transcend you off of this earth, more than likely that's what's going to happen. Okay. However, when it comes to faith healing or some kind of supernatural healing, it's different. Okay. However, the thing about faith healing is that the person that heals you has to be willing to do it. There's no unwilling healers. Okay. And then also, not only that, you have to believe and have faith in the fact that you can heal, in the fact that um with what you're doing. You know what I'm saying? You have to believe that you can heal. So it's something that is a very, very deep thing. And going live on YouTube and saying all kinds of disparaging, disgusting things about a person, that's not going to do it. And I've been saying for the longest time that a lot of them are either looking for healing or either beauty to keep themselves young. And it doesn't work at all. It doesn't. And the reason why it's not going to ever work is because I'm not going to let it work. If you're a person that allows that, then maybe they could. Maybe they could. But, for me, I don't care what they do or what they say. I'm not the type of person that allows things to bother me to that capacity. Okay. One thing about me is that I only follow my mind and what my gods and how they lead me. I don't allow myself to be led, in particular, especially by a group of people who obviously have nothing but hate and malice. So, and I'm not subservient to that group of people. And, I know exactly what they're doing. I understand them better than they even understand themselves. And I'm warning people about that. Do not get involved with that. It does not work. In fact, there is a lot that is happening universally that is going to stop and prevent all of that. So, if you're a person that's sick or a person that has been consumed by some kind of entity or something, you are not going to ever restore, regenerate yourself participating in things like that. It is never going to happen. It has been proven. You can tell by looking at the person. And you can tell by looking at a person, like, for example, you can tell by looking at a person, like, what their health status is, right? If a person looks a certain way or their body is built up a certain way, you're going to be able to tell what's going on. And a lot of the times, see, I was going to come on here and talk about some stuff that's too controversial. It's not a good time to speak about that. But I am just telling you guys that, especially if you come from a certain bloodline or lineage, your ancestors are working hard. And this is not just bloodline ancestors, but your cosmic ancestors. And I think that empaths are some of the worst off. And it is because there are certain gods or certain things, especially certain religions, that are being used to put you in a position where you can be fed on more, like where you'll be willing to be fed up on. You'll be willing to be. So, especially around this time of the year, with a lot of people getting depressed around the holidays. Um, and I'm pretty sure that a lot of in fact, a lot of gang stalking is actually centered around psychic vampirism and parasiting off of that person. Probably in 99% of gang stalking cases, that is literally what is happening. Okay, especially if it's being done in social media. Now, this month, we actually have had in social media a couple of people. We've heard a few stories about people unaliving themselves, and it was due to bullying. And when you look at people that were interacting with that person, you have to look at the person that was interacting. Now, there could be people that could have been in that person's life. However, when it comes to social media, this is all about your mind. Okay. This is about the mind and where your mindset is at. Are you a person that desperately needs to be accepted by others to the point where you would compromise yourself because of their falsified opinion of you? And, for me, I just saying that's not my bag. That's not what I do. I'm still confused about why people even mess with me at this point, because it's not advisable. You are ill advised on lying on me, because please, lying on me, trying to feed off of me, trying to get close to me, trying to bind me to yourselves, so that because you think that via sex or some kind of something, revenge porn, you're going to be able to get something. You're not going to be able to get nothing. That's a fact. And I've said it so many times. And I think that it's pure desperation, confusion, and utter stupidity as to why these people do stuff like that. It's so stupid, because I'm literally protecting right now. I would say I would say more than likely thousands of people, thousands, in the tens of thousands of people is who I am protecting with my intention through my guides and the gods that I work with, because they have educated, they have told people what is going on with these people, and it just is what it is. So what my whole point of it is that the lies are being told is a very important part of their feeding. It's very important. Okay. They get desperate, right? Because they thought that bullying is actually an important part of a parasite or a psychic vampire's, what they do. They bully. When bully doesn't work, they start lying. When they start lying, that's when they are being desperate. So for me, I don't have to scurry around flagging channels. My spirits are going to make it a part of as many people's consciousness as possible, that they feel are worthy. Seriously, if my spirits feel like you are worthy, they are going to make you very aware that they're lying. If you are a part of that, you are not going to benefit from the lies, the smear campaigns, the feeding campaigns, the online internet feeding rituals is really important. Also, another thing, them pulling up and showing up is a part of the desperate act. It does them no good whatsoever. It does them no good. It's literally that they might as well just be banging their head up against a damn brick wall, because it ain't gonna never work. Okay. So, and we can sit up here and say, oh, well, he's doing that. They want you to believe that. Oh, he's doing that because he's hurt and he feels betrayed because she left. Well, why was he doing that before I ever met him? What was his reason for doing it before that? In fact, some of y'all healers need to really be careful, because what they like to do is they literally like to trap you as some kind of source of energy, which is ridiculous. It's ridiculous. I'm going to tell you where source is: the sun. How many times have I said that? The sun, the moon, the universe, the water, the fire, the earth. All of that is a part of source. Why are people blocked off from source? It has a lot to do with your Sahasrara and your Bindu chakra, which is your subconscious. Bindu is the subconscious. Your Sahasrara is the crown. Why are you cut off from source? Many, many, many different reasons. A lot of my clients, I can tell you a huge reason, but I'm not going to do it because it's triggering for people. People are not really ready for the truth, and it's not worth it. For me, it's not worth it. I have a lot of loved ones that believe in what they believe in, but I can tell you that if somebody tells you to not look at the sky, they are telling you because they do not want your crown chakra to be open. They are trying to cut you off from source. So if you're constantly looking down, I'm not telling you to stare into the sun. Please don't do that. You'll damage your retinas, you'll damage your eyes. But if you don't make it a regular habit of looking up at the sky and stargazing, and you are literally under possession, this is 80% of the time that with the people overall that I assist, even some of them without their permission. And the reason why is because it's for their own good. If you cut yourself off from source, you might as well just be the walking dead. You might as well just be a zombie. That's what you are, because you can't get anything. You're not getting anything. You cut the way that you are connected to source, which is energy, because our universe works that way. Jupiter is feeding everything. The planet Jupiter is feeding all the other planets. They're all doing certain things, and they all revolve around the sun and earth. They're all connected. If you are cut off from that source, then more than likely you are going to be doing things like energy vampirism, and it's going to literally change you, and it changes the DNA. The sun is supposed to be an important part of healing. The moon is supposed to be an important part of rest and restoration. All of these things work together. If you are shut off, you don't have access. And some people have been shut off as a form of punishment. The goddess can shut you off. You can't, if you have to be balanced with the sun and the moon. You can't have all sun. If you're not balanced with the moon, you're screwed. And a lot of people are. Why? Because they're doing evil. They're doing way too much evil. And I'm not talking about little stuff. I'm talking about big stuff. They're doing too much evil. They're targeting people. These people have no chance. I've told them that 5,000 times. I'm not telling y'all that because I'm trying to impress, or I don't have to convince my clients to come to me. My clients are connected to me via their ancestors and their guides. So the clients are going to come anyway. I don't need to do all of that. It's already done. See what I'm saying? So it's really not making any sense at this point. They can't win. And then it's not about winning or losing. They have no chance. You do. You do. You have a chance. And yes, they are using forms of trickery. Okay, lies is trickery. I'm talking about several hours of lies in one day. Nothing that anybody has ever witnessed, nothing that has ever happened, nothing that nobody has ever said, but they're going to make it up and they're going to say it. I was everything from a pedophile, a sex trafficker, and a pervert, and all of that stuff, and none of it is the truth, and they still didn't get a drop, or a not even a morsel of my energy did they get. When I come on here and I address them, it is because my guides are leading me to address them. So don't come at me saying, oh, don't give them your energy. Of course, they don't get my energy. If they had any of my energy or were a part of me, they wouldn't have to do that stuff. Do you see anybody that I know or that I'm close to doing that? No, you don't. No, you don't. Then they want to confuse you. Oh, well, she's doing the same thing. No, actually, because I'm telling the truth. I have told not one lie on those people. And how can you tell? Because we can see them doing it right in front of us. They're telling you who they are. They're telling you who they are. And they're very confused and lost. I don't just have a matron goddess or patron god. I have a whole team. And being a polytheist does not make you a chaos magician. That's not, no. I would never describe myself as that. That's not what that is. A lot of people are confused about that. Okay. So you have to be careful and check where you get your spiritual information from, because spiritual information is not always universal and it is not always the same for everybody. Okay. So, I don't, and that's another thing. I haven't roasted anybody. I don't roast people. I speak my mind. I tell the truth about what I feel is going on. And I don't have to roast people. I don't have to do that. And I'm gonna tell you something. Anybody, any psychic vampire, any parasitic person that is doing that to me is very unfortunate. And for a lot of them, not all of them, but for a lot of them, it is past their time to do it the right way. Because what they have done is they have essentially given themselves over to whatever entity is consuming them. Whatever entity is consuming them has nothing to do with me. There was a demon from the tree of death that I mentioned. My spirit guides won't even let me remember its name. I don't deal with stuff like that. I would never conjure something like that, but it's a demon of consumption, and it's typically connected to and tied to love in some kind of way. And there's some people I think that conjure that demon for love work. I and everybody that I love is protected, and this is the reason why we are growing. This is the reason why we are, whatever, there's a lot of people that I'm dealing with right now that are healing from their afflictions, and it just is what it is. I don't have to heal you. I don't have to make things right for you. I don't, and I don't feel bad for it. It's not my job to go around healing everybody. I heal whoever I want to heal. And if you feel like that's unfair, that's too bad. I personally don't want to heal somebody that is so corrupt that they would lie on somebody like that. I don't have to heal you, and I don't have to feel anything for you either. I don't have to feel anything for you. I don't have to be empathic towards you. I don't have to care about you. Okay. So it just is what it is. I don't, especially if I've at some point with one of the people that do, I've actually offered my healing to that person the right way. I didn't offer my life to that person. I didn't offer that person my hand in marriage. No, I didn't offer that person a lifelong relationship, but I did offer to heal them. And that person made a decision and a choice to do it the way that he's doing it. And that's why he's going to suffer. That's why he's going to suffer. That's why he's been suffering. And I was just going to do it because this person at some point help me out. But a narcissist is always going to be a detriment to themselves. And the reason why is because it was not in that person's nature to be there for me out of the kindness of their heart. It was more so of a way of controlling me. And when that person found out that they could not control me, my whereabouts, where I live, what I do with my life, then that person began to attack. Okay. So, that's just all it is to it. I gotta go because we are coming up on the new year. uh they're gonna try to trail behind us. Hey, Adam Muhammad, they're gonna try to trail behind me into the new year, and it's not going to happen. So I gotta go because obviously, um the ancestors and my guides have guided me towards doing New Year's rituals that are going to be of great benefit to me, that are going to be of great benefit to, all of my loved ones, children, family, everybody. So I got to make preparations for that, and I got to do some cleaning. So I got to go, guys. Okay. It's nothing they can do about it. It isn't. It's nothing that they can do about it. Okay. And at this point, unfortunately, the trust is gone. My spirits are never going to give that person another chance. They are not. And regardless to what they believe, they can't trap my spirits. They can't trap gods. They can't do it. They can't force them to do anything for them. They can't. It's not going to happen. Okay. So anyway, today's the 30th. Happy New Year's Eve to you all. Okay. And I'll see y'all later. Okay. I'll be seeing y'all before New Year's Eve, but I'm going to get off of here now because I got things to do. Okay. All right, guys. Blessings to you all. Bye bye.